On November 11, 2012, a man is found dead inside his home on a Caribbean island. There are no signs of a struggle, no forced entry, one bullet fired into the back of his head. By sunrise, police have a suspect. John McAfee, the millionaire software pioneer whose name once symbolized digital security. When officers arrive to question him, the compound is empty. The gates are open. The jungle beyond is silent. Within hours, McAfee is no longer a person of interest. He is a fugitive. What follows is not a typical escape. It's a prolonged humiliation of law enforcement across multiple countries. Warrants are issued, Interpol joins the search, governments coordinate, and every time they close in, John McAfee disappears. This isn't just a story about running from the law. It's a case study in how one man exploited paranoia, publicity, and bureaucracy to stay free far longer than he ever should have. The birth of an empire. In 1987, Silicon Valley is on the brink of a new era. Personal computers are spreading rapidly, and so is a new fear. Computer viruses. Primitive by today's standards, but terrifying at the time. Programs capable of silently corrupting data, spreading through floppy disks like an invisible infection. John McAfee sees the panic before most people do. Working as a programmer, he writes a simple detection tool in his spare time. It works. He calls it VirusScan. Companies start calling almost immediately. Within months, McAfee quits his job and begins selling the software full-time. McAfee Associates is born, not in an office, but out of the trunk of his car. His brilliance isn't only technical, it's psychological. In interviews, McAfee warns that computer viruses could cripple businesses, cause massive financial losses, even threaten the stability of entire companies. The fear spreads faster than the code. Executives panic. IT departments scramble. They buy his software. By 1990, McAfee's product is installed across corporate America. Revenue doubles every few months. John McAfee becomes one of Silicon Valley's rising stars. The man who hated control. But McAfee despises structure. Board meetings feel suffocating. Shareholders feel like supervisors. Rules feel like surveillance. This is a man with a long history of rebellion, expelled from academic programs, fired from engineering jobs, prone to extremes, excess, and provocation. Corporate life doesn't tame him, it cages him. In 1993, McAfee cashes out. He sells his shares for roughly $100 million and walks away from the company that still bears his name. At 48 years old, he is free, or so it seems. Collapse and radicalization. For years, McAfee drifts. Spiritual retreats, risky hobbies, obsessions that burn hot, then fade. Then comes the 2008 financial crisis. Most of his fortune evaporates. The loss doesn't humble him. It radicalizes him. McAfee becomes convinced that governments and institutions exist to strip individuals of freedom. That regulation is theft. That authority is an illusion enforced by fear. He decides to remove himself entirely. In 2009, John McAfee leaves the United States. His destination is Belize. Belize, isolation turns inward.
The perimeter is secure.
Belize
Proceed with the
offers what
search.
McAfee wants, weak oversight and
Roger
distance
that.
from
Moving
U.S.
inside now.
authorities. He buys a beachfront villa, then a jungle compound inland. He hires armed guards, many with criminal backgrounds. He stocks weapons. Officially, he claims to be researching herbal antibiotics, experimenting with jungle plants to combat drug-resistant bacteria. Unofficially, locals describe a man growing increasingly unstable. Surveillance cameras blanket the property. Tripwires are installed. McAfee speaks openly about assassination plots, corrupt police, and criminal conspiracies. By night, he hosts loud parties. By day, he patrols his land armed. His paranoia, once useful in business, begins to consume him. The breaking point. Just yards away, tensions with a neighbor escalate. Complaints are filed, arguments erupt, threats are exchanged. Then, in early November 2012, McAfee's dogs are poisoned. Several die in convulsions. McAfee is enraged. He's convinced the poisoning is a message. Less than 24 hours later, a gunshot cracks the night. The following morning, his neighbor is found dead, shot execution style. Personal electronics are missing. Police move quickly, and when they arrive at McAfee's compound, they find it abandoned. John McAfee has vanished, becoming a ghost. McAfee doesn't flee in panic. He executes a plan. Safe houses, sympathetic locals, remote hideouts. Police deploy helicopters and roadblocks. Homes connected to him are searched. They find nothing. Within days, McAfee illegally crosses into Guatemala by boat. For a brief moment, he is free. And then he makes a mistake. Exposure. Instead of staying hidden, McAfee contacts journalists. He believes publicity will protect the wine.